Okie dokie, welcome to 24 Hour. It's been interesting, yes sirree, Bob. Actually, a fair amount of time, no FSD on, but in a lot of stretches, yes, there is. Anyway, 28 miles, 43 minutes, 254 watt hours per mile. Yes sirree. All right, where do you start? Well, let's start with, so I'm going to turn right from American onto Boggy Ford. There's this pickup pulling a trailer. The trailer doesn't look loaded, but every time he goes up a slight rise, this black smoke is puffing out of his truck. Oh my goodness. And you know what it means when black smoke's puffing out of a diesel? That means the diesel's not tuned for the best power, right? Yes, it's not tuned for the best power. It's tuned to make black smoke. You're wasting money. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just sitting here. This poor guy driving a work truck, and he's wasting money. And then there's a kid that comes out. I mean, he gets behind me, but when we go from one lane to two lanes, oh man, he whomps down the accelerator. See all the smoke coming out of his exhaust. But I get it. It's a piece of junk rebuilt. Okay? I mean, he may look tough, he may sound tough, but he doesn't pay for his diesel, I bet. No. That's the way people who don't pay for diesel treat their diesels. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. It's just funny. Okay. As I go by, Destination Way. Well, actually, before I get there, there's a Mazda CX-9. He's past the stop sign. He's almost into my lane. I'm in the outside lane. Oh my goodness. FSD at first is going, I'm not sure I should trust him. All right, that's fine. He's out of stop. He's stopped. He should be waiting. Okay. But, and he doesn't keep up with me, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm mentioning because I'll see him later. Pretty sure it's the same guy. All right, so anyway, since things are clear and we're almost down to the barricade, I go ahead and turn a left turn signal. Let's get the car to move over. FSD refuses. Brake on, FSD off, move the car myself. Okay. That's a common theme nowadays. Hey, that's okay. We're just shifting from the right lane to the left lane. And there's no traffic impacting the lane switch. Oh, no, I can't do it. Yeah. And this is what somebody who's CEO of some company was on the air last night saying, oh, just try 12.3.4. Now, this is a relatively minor inconvenience, but an indication that Robo taxi is nowhere near coming. Okay? Forget about the fact he doesn't know what an active school zone is. He has no clue. Okay? He can't even make a simple lane shift knowing that there's a barricade ahead and you're going to have to shift left. Okay, whatever. Shift the car over, reinvoke FSD. First thing FSD does is turn on the right turn signal. He wants to go to the right. Brake on, FSD off, send a message like, do you see the barricade ahead? Why are we moving to the right? Stupidity. This is the future? No. The architecture is the future. The vision of what's going to happen in the future is the future, but 12.3.4 is not the future. No. No. If a human driver turns off FSD, moves the car to the inside lane, seeing the barricade up ahead saying right lane closed. And it's not just a sign, it's a barricade across the lane. There should be no confusion. FSD still moves to the right to what? No, I know he's going to shift. The stupid thing is, we're about the point where he would normally shift anyway. It's just, he's mad at me because I shifted the car for him. I don't know. It's just stupidity. Okay, whatever. But anyway, FSD on. We come across, there's a box truck that's in the left lane going up slow hill, and beside him there's a pickup pulling a trailer. Now he wasn't at the beginning, but he's catching up to him, and so nobody can go by because we're waiting for this magical drag race to finish. The stupid thing is, once it starts flattening out, it's the box truck who's pulling out. Yes, and I do get in front of this pickup pulling the trailer. Come on. Okay. Where did we see the CX-9? Ah, so as we're approaching Anderson Mill, the car I'm following, there's about a car and a half length between us. Mr. CX-9 comes up and says, "Oh, thank you. I think I'll take that space for myself." What? Holy cow. Fortunately, there's nobody behind CX-9. So what do? Brake on and see off. Immediately move left, avoid the collision with this guy who's cutting me off. For what? He's going to make a right turn? He didn't have to cut me off, did he? But what do you want? Yeah, I usually don't say this. It's a Mazda. It's a Japanese car. Right? Man. Just stupidity. And it's like that. And I'm waving out the window. Bye. See you later. I don't know. Why do you have to do that? What? Oh, the advantage of hybrid cars is they have to be driven by human drivers. Right? That's it? Sure looks that way. Stupidity. Okay, whatever. Take a breath. It's okay. It's all right. Nobody died. There was no dents put in my car. But I'm sure if there was some insurance guy looking at it, he'd be like, wow, he's risky. I was avoiding collision. There was no reason for it. Absolutely none. Other than that guy was driving a Mazda. Maybe he had some hurt feelings because he couldn't go right away when I went by. Or maybe he thought I should yield to him at Destination Way. No. He had the stop sign. And he knows it. Okay, whatever. So going down Lakeline, most of it's not too much traffic, so it's pretty decent. Oh, in some places it gets a little weird. I mean, there's a Toyota Camry who's once pretend he's going fast, but he'll run fast right up to the bumper of a car as I go by him. And then he has to do the whole thing over again. I don't know. Maybe he expects that people move out of his way. No, it doesn't always work that way. Okay, whatever. Who knows with these people today? So, as we come up on the 183 frontage, oh my goodness, I'm behind a Honda Accord. Am I behind it? No, I went to the outside lane. I went to the outside lane because it was shorter, and knowing that there's no right turn on red, I stood a better chance of making it through the yellow light by being in the right lane. Okay, as I go through, I come up next to a Honda Accord. I thought sure the Honda Accord was going to go up on US 183, so he would have moved over a lane. I could have moved over a lane and then waited to get in behind him. But no, wait. He's not moving, so maybe he's doing something else. So, okay, I had to slow down, go behind the 183, behind the Accord, and as I move to the inside lane, I'm about to punch in and go past him. All of a sudden, he wakes up and says, oh, that guy's going to pass me. Yes, so he does a slow motion lane shift. No, it's not like he has to go anywhere, it's just for some reason he's blocking me. I don't know. Or maybe he's just not aware of where he is. Possibility. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Just re-invoke FSD. Wait for Mr. Honda to slowly find his way up onto the ramp. Yeehaw. Big time go, yes. So what does he do? He's going to go to the middle lane. Okay. In the meantime, I had followed a Camaro, and that Camaro has figured out his way onto the highway too. And he's punched out into the inside lane as I'm about to. Is that what it is? No, we came up equal later. Okay, whatever. Whatever it is, I go to the inside lane, pass Honda Accord like he's pedaling. No, nothing impressive here. If this is the example of Honda Accord being fast or being safe, you're failing those marks. Okay, whatever. As I move on, I'm thinking I want to get over, and I start to. Then I see the Camaro is equal with me, and he's also getting over. Okay, move back to the inside lane. Wait for him to do his thing. Seeing as it's Camaro, you have a feeling that maybe he might be going a little bit faster. He might be like Toyota Camry, where they just make stupid choices, right? Okay, whatever. At some point along here, oh, I know what it is, yes. All right, so as we're rolling along, I moved the car to the middle lane because there's an open spot. FSD doesn't like that. He turns on a turn signal. He wants to go to the inside lane. What's that you see in the outside lane there as we're a mile and a half out? Car. The outside lane is busy. You know why? Because a lot of those people are going to make the exit. Either there or for loop one, it doesn't matter. It's just, there's so much traffic there, he's going to block you. Okay, brake on, FSD off. Actually, what it is I brake on, FSD off because there's a spot open in the outside lane, and I want to go into it. And I know FSD is not going to pull it off. No, we're going to go by our exit. Almost certainly. Okay, whatever. FSD off. Human driver handles it the rest of the way. There you go. Okay, here we are a little bit further out. There's the 30 mile per hour speed sign, by the way. That's why when I go home, it's 30 miles per hour down Santa Rosa Avenue, but coming out is 25 because 25 is the default. I don't know why it's so confusing to FSD. Okay, whatever. What does it say? Place your bets. Yes, unfortunately the desk's not open, so you can't place your bets, but what do you think? Is it going to stop at my house today? On the first try?
500 feet, your destination.
Almost certainly not. Okay, I see my mailbox down there.
Now your destination is on the left.
He feels a bit fast. Oh, he's slowing down, he's slowing down, he's slowing down. He's slowing down, slowing down. There's my driveway. There goes my driveway as the car's leaning to the right. And what's that? Oh, there's my electric box. We're not home. Oh, you didn't make it to my house. You went past it again. Let me turn around and see if you can get it on the second try. Oh, recording has been sent. Whoops, didn't get the last part. Okay, as I always say, let the human driver turn the Model 3 as if it's a Model 3. Okay. FSD back on.
Now turn right onto Santa Rosa.
Turn right. Okay, so let's see. Here's the dot. How are we lined up with that dot? Yeah, you pay attention. Well, you went a little bit past it, but okay, whatever. I'm not going to go around again. Okay, I guess that's level. All right, so welcome home. 29 miles, 51 minutes, 223 watt hours per mile? Yeah. Okay. What? You want to take a look at this? Okay, let's go to the last five. Last five shows 170. Not 100, 107 watt hours per mile. For the last 5 miles, 15, 193. And even on the 30 mile, which is practically from 24 hour, it's 216. Yeah, yes sirree, Bob. That part I love, yes. I love getting really efficient. I mean, and you can tell by my average energy overall is 271. So this is relatively new, and this is because I'm running FSD, at least in part. And part, also, it's only 84 degrees, so it's not over 90 degrees. Once summer really gets here, it may be a different story. Okay, whatever. Go back to the beginning. I'm in the back of 24 hour. I'm going to go up Jollyville, of course. Now, FSC has me going Jollyville to Breaker. No, I'm not going to go on Breaker. Breaker's right there. No, it's too much traffic. So go up to Duval. So no problems there. When we turn onto the US 183 frontage road, it goes to the inside lane. Did I have to do a brake on ST-off? I've forgotten. I think I did a brake on ST-off and moved them to the right. I might have used just to use the right turn signal. Whatever. Go up onto 183. No real problems. I mean, considering how heavy the traffic is, and yes, I know you guys in New York City, this is nothing, but it is somewhat crowded for somebody like me. Okay, I mean, it just is. But whatever, it's fine. We get off. So FSD originally has us going to use Lakeline Boulevard. I don't know why he wants to use Lakeline Boulevard. It's closer into Cedar Park, so there's going to be more traffic. If you take Anderson Mill, it's a little bit further out. There's less traffic, a little bit smoother driving. Okay, depends how you look at it. Of course, that means more time, only at 45 miles an hour, 40 miles per hour, depending upon which section you're on. Whatever, I don't care. It's much nicer to drive. I mean, yeah, it was yesterday that they were doing some kind of construction work. They had a outside lane closed, but they were taking it down as I passed, so they're about to pack it up. Today they weren't out there, so cool, awesome. I mean, it still has all the signage up there saying right lane closed, but they didn't have the cones to block it off. So done. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. So going back to the frontage road, after we got off of US 23, we're on the frontage road. FSD decides that it'd be really cool to go into the middle lane. I don't know why. We're in the inside lane because we're going to make a left turn up ahead. Is it a little bit further out? Yes. Okay, I'll give you that. But there's not a real reason to move into the middle lane unless you want all the traffic to come by and block you out. Okay, so FSD stays off until we make the turn onto Anderson Mill. Done. On Anderson Mill, I'm running FSD almost down to 620. 620, I see that let's call it the middle lane. It's the inside lane that can go straight. It's a little bit shorter. Let's go in that lane. Okay, brake on this off, just move the car. Don't even negotiate with FSD. FSD is going to have to call Elon or whatever he does to verify that he has permission to actually shift into the lane. And by the time he does all that, there'll be another car coming up to block you out. Yes. So if you can't make up a decision on your own, you're not going to make a decision. And the human driver already knows what he wants to do. Brake on ST off. Okay, so since I have FSD off, let's just run with it for a little bit, because the human driver is able to manage closer to speed limit. FSD, for some reason, he keeps dropping. Now, sometimes it's only 2 or 3 miles per hour under the speed limit, but he keeps dropping off that edge. I don't know why. I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I can see, oh, well, we're kind of close to a car. Okay, I get it. But when there's nobody in front of you for a ways, there's no reason to slow down. He's just being overly cautious. And this is not the place to be overly. I mean, you should be somewhat cautious, but I mean, there's a reverse way to see this. Okay? Let's say you're being cautious and we're in a 55 zone and you're slowing down to 50. So the human driver puts his foot on the accelerator, keeps the car moving. And at some point, you might be 1 or 2 miles over the speed limit and you say, oh, cruise control will not brake. All of a sudden, this is safer? Hello? You guys aren't thinking through what you're doing. You know, whatever. Okay. I'm trying hard not to get on to the soapbox just yet. Okay. So at some point, as I'm driving through Anderson Mill, brake on, FSD off, the human driver just takes over. You know, just keep the car moving. Coming up to the traffic light to make a left turn onto 1431. Cool, awesome. There's a left turn heading eastbound, and FSD for some reason says, you know what, there's not a car in it, I can cut across it. That doesn't mean it's legal just because there's not a car there at that moment. And how do you know there's not going to be a car coming up just as you're cutting in there? No, brake on, FSD off, move the car out of the turn lane. Come on, guys. Can you be serious about that? I mean, you've had previous versions of FSD that knew to stay out of that lane. Right? I mean, there also was a time when he would consistently do it all the time. He actually drove into that lane and was driving down that lane before the human driver did a brake on, FSD off. Now, the human driver did look down the lane just to make sure, but he allowed FSD to show how stupid he is. Okay? This is not terrible. He's actually just following another human driver who's clipping the corner as well. It's just not a safe behavior. And I don't know why Tesla's teaching FSD to do this unsafe behavior. I mean, I've been flagging it every time he does it. Let's not clip this corner. Come on. All right, whatever. Running down 1431, FSD back on. Let him take the load for a little while. In East Jonestown, there was somebody turning left, which means as I go by, the inside lane's open. Move into the inside lane. FSD in his wisdom says, oh, we should move to the outside lane. Yeah. No. I don't know what it was with FSD. He's going, yeah, the road's barricaded ahead, but I have space. I can move over for no reason. Just let some cars go by, maybe. No, FSD off. Human driver drives the car. Once we get into the construction zone, we're down to just one lane. So he can't mess that up too bad, can he? Actually, he usually doesn't, but not anymore. Although who knows when we come out the next version of FSD what he's going to do. I mean, this thing makes a gain in one place, regresses in 2 other places. Right? 1 step up, 2 steps back. Come on, man. All right, so anyway, we come up on the magical Tesla traffic light at West Street Park Road. FSD does want to slow down, foot on accelerator, keep the car moving. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, going up the hill. We come to the spot where 1 lane splits into 2 lanes. Turn on the turn signal to go right. FSD does his now famous wiggle waggle. Like, oh, I'm going right. No, I'm going left. I don't know which way I'm going, but I'm I'm going to block anybody from going by because I'm wiggle waggling. Brake on FSD off, move the car to the right. Come on. Okay. And since I did a brake on FSD off, leave FSD off, drive down to get to Loman Ford. FSD off till we get a Loman Ford. Okay. Today, so I'm almost, there's like an S turn almost down to Dawn Drive, and at that point I chose to turn on FSD and then use left turn signal, move him into the inside lane. He for some reason took it. I never know who's going to show up from FSD when we do this. When we get down to Dawn Drive, I'm not sure. Unless maybe somebody somewhere was paying attention. Oh wait, I wonder if right turn only means right turn only. I don't know. Did you call NHTSA? Maybe they know. You know. So for some reason, somehow, and I guess maybe there wasn't as much traffic at the light today, but somehow we avoid going into that right lane. Yay. It's sad when you celebrate such a small, almost meaningless victory. Right? I mean, come on. Alright, so as it turns out, we must be just outside the time frame for the Lago Vista High School active school zone. So I don't know, we just missed it. So I was going, almost certainly it's going to be on. We're going to give them an F. I mean, school buses are running, so I mean it's not that far away from when school got out. Yes, high school's on a later schedule, so whatever. So turn on to Boggy Ford. We roll down, so everything's kind of copacetic here. Does he slow down some every once in a while? Yes, he does. He almost always does that. But that seems like a more reasonable. We're going around a kind of a slightly sharper curve. You can't really see all that well. Maybe it makes sense to slow down. I'll give you that. All right. So we finally make it down to American. And today I decided to turn on my camera early, so you catch that we went by a 30-mile-per-hour speed zone, a sign. Now, when you first turn on American, it declares American as 25 miles per hour until it gets down to the 30-mile-per-hour speed zone. Now, the part that's always interesting to me is when I go up or leave my house, Santa Rosa Avenue is 25 miles per hour. Come in from American, all of a sudden Santa Rosa Avenue is 30 miles per hour. There's no speed sign on Santa Rosa Avenue anywhere. So he's kind of just making it. He's kind of winging it. Whatever. Peace and harmony. And as now FSD's habit, he goes right by my house. He slows down. And today, for some reason, he's turning right. I'm not sharp, but he's kind of going right. I'm like, why are you going right? Is he trying to hit the neighbor's mailbox, maybe? I don't know. Unfortunately, I didn't pay attention to the position of the dot. Obviously, this red arrow is where the car is parked at the moment, but I'm not sure exactly where the dot was in relation to that. I should have paid more attention, right? Yes, sir, I should have. I may have caught it on the video. We'll have to see. Okay, so where does that leave us? You know, let me go on a rant for a minute or two here. So last night was the Tesla earnings call. And Elon was up there saying, you know, if you just tried FSD 12.3.4, let's make sure what make sure I know what I'm talking about. 12.3.4. If you were to just try 12.3.4, you'd be amazed how good FSD is. Okay, I don't know what planet Elon's from. Actually, I guess that could be an inside joke to some people. It's just a phrase. Okay. I don't doubt that in his car, it may work perfectly when he's driving. I mean, the videos I've seen, those have been largely at night. It's kind of weird because FSD usually acts weird for me at night, but okay. So there's not as much traffic. It's usually around some neighborhood. What does that reflect? And it's usually in California. Okay. So the other side of that experience is what I'm experiencing. Now, is there something wrong with my car or something wrong with the way I drive? Possibly. I don't know. If Tesla thinks something wrong with my car, they should be calling me or messaging me saying, hey, we noticed this. I haven't done that yet. Okay. I don't know. I've been driving FSD for about 11 months now. So yes, it started at 11.3.6. I think was the first version of FSD I got. Okay. Yes, I went through all the stuff. Once I bought this car, I went through all the stuff to set it up. And I've been driving FSD as much as I can ever since then. Are there times when I'm tired of FSD and it's off? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So, if you're riding in my car and let's say we're going down in 24-hour, you're going to see every once in a while, I'm doing a brake on, FSD off, and moving my car or something like that. Oh, I didn't even mention we're on US 183. I'm sorry, let me go back. We're on US 183. FSD wants to go in the middle lane. He turns on a turn signal. When there's a car next to you, there's a red stripe on the picture, the video showing what's next to you. There's a red stripe. If only Tesla could talk to FSD. There's a reason why there's a red stripe there. And if you look over there, there's a car there. And you're wanting to go left into it? Come on. That was another brake on, FSD off moment. I can't. So anyway, what I'm saying is that's an example of something that happened where if I'm explaining to somebody what's going on, they can see the car there. They might say, well, there was enough room. Okay, I'm not a New York City driver type person. Okay. I remember my father driving on Long Island Expressway when we went out to Long Island to visit family. And he would comment how close everybody was. But you don't really have much choice. You had to be close to protect your space. Okay. It's all stupid. It's all just, people shouldn't be doing this. But until we're all using automated driving, nothing you do about it. Of course, you could bump up their insurance, but if everybody pays high insurance, what's the difference between the safe guy and the not so safe guy? Okay, whatever. So here it is. Elon, I get you fully buy that 12.3.4 is the safest FSD ever. Except what's that? You're already 2 or 3 versions ahead of that. And you're already saying that 12.3.5 should be version 13. It's so great. I have a feeling when 12.3.5 shows up in my car, I won't perceive the difference. I won't. And let me slam you on this, although I didn't get it today, unfortunately, would have made my decision easier on grade. When we go through an active school zone, and it's a school zone where the yellow lights are flashing. That's an active school zone. You have to obey the speed limit at that time. You get no recognition of it. And it's pretty obvious you're not doing any training for it. So, no, 12.3.4 is not anywhere close to production ready. And my feeling is 12.3.5 won't be. So when you're sitting up on stage and say, oh, it's the greatest thing in the world, you should go try it, and then you put it in the hands of somebody like me. Now, I've been driving for 11 months. Put it in the hands of my friend, and she's going like, it's dangerous, I don't want to use it. Oh, I almost died. Of course, she's looking for a reason to say it failed. Right? I mean, she's not exactly the most optimistic person in the world. Right? Now, in the hands of my son-in-law, oh, he does great with FSD. At least from my impression, looks like he's doing great. What's the difference? The difference is he lives in the Boston area. He's used to driving close to cars. So California Road Rager style is a little bit closer to the way he likes it. Whereas I don't like California Road Rager. At the same time, I don't want Cowardly Lion and Pokey, who are doing 20 miles per hour in a 45 zone. No, I want that. That's dangerous. Okay, there you go. Yes, there is a email address that you can post videos to or experiences to. Maybe they'll see it. And yes, when I interrupt FSD, there's a little message or a little thing that shows up here. You press the button and leave them a message. It's only a few seconds, so how much can you say in a few seconds? And usually sometimes when I'm pressing it, it's like I'm already really irritated. I mean, one time I was just saying 999, and that was another one of those of FSD in Jonestown going westbound wants to move to the outside lane. What for? Because that's the right thing to do. No, it's not. Let the people who are going to speed past you go through the outside lane, cut you off at the barrier. And those that don't make it, don't make it. No. Okay, whatever. There you go. Yes, I'll have to go send the video to Tesla tonight. Anyway, it's V12experience at tesla.com. So if you have a car, you send them an experience. They've had several experiences from Grnpa, this car. I mean, the other car doesn't have FSD. So that's another thing my friend asked me, well, did you get trial version? No, they didn't put it on my Model Y. On the other hand, I've subscribed shortly to FSD for a trip up north. But it's still the same thing of it gets so tiring after a while of babysitting. It's easier to just drive myself. Yes, FSD's not there. FSD's not ready. Now, will it be there in August? Let me cross my fingers and hope it's somewhat close. But until you start doing training on things like active school zones, no, you're not going to be there. As long as you're teaching FSD to go 5 miles under the speed limit when there's no reason to go that slow, we're not going to be there. So come on. You're making good progress. You're just not there yet. Okay. So, just everything I've told you today. I mean, before I was going to grade a C+, but it's just definitely robo-taxi deliveries are not consistently there. No way. The desire to change lanes when there's a car next to you, or at least overlapping your car. No, stupid. The I'm going to go 5 miles under the speed limit and force the human driver to put his foot on the accelerator to keep the car moving. No, that's stupid. This is all stupid. And it does so many things so well. It's just in these few areas where you're killing yourself and you're never going to get there until you start paying attention to it. Okay. Now, maybe you're not paying attention to it, so it doesn't matter. All right? Yes, I went by a pre-K school today. The flashing yellow lights were on, but I had no idea what that is. So I went through it at 65 miles an hour. No problem. It's going to be no problem until you run over some kid and they die. Right? Then it's going to be all over the place. FSD is really, really bad. I don't know. Okay, there you go. So, with all that in mind, sorry, grades a C today. No choice. Okay? Sorry, let me get this in video mode, right? All right, so I said before we're going to do a CX90 as our comparison. Mr. CX90, we can argue about it. Let's just call it 25 miles per gallon. Let's make it easy. I mean, he's probably going, wait, you're tipping me out at 2 miles. I could do 2 more miles on the highway. Yeah, congratulations. All right, so today's trip, 57 miles, 14 kilowatt hours. You know what 14 kilowatt hours is, right? $1.54. Okay. Gas was $3.15, something like that. But let's just round it all out. Let's call it half a gallon, okay? So, Mr. CX90, you get half a gallon. At 25 miles per, well, you better make it 26. Let's make it 26 miles per gallon. How about that? Okay. At 26 miles per gallon, you get half a gallon. That's 13 miles. You didn't even make it from my house to Cedar Park. And I made it down to 24-hour and back. So, Mr. CX90, you fail. Okay. Well, let me do the math on this. Okay, so let's talk in terms of EVs, shall we? I keep talking about gas cars. Who cares about gas-powered cars? So if you're buying an electric vehicle, or you're looking at one, so my average energy here is 239 watt hours per mile. Electric cars tend to express their efficiency in 2 different ways. One is watt hours per mile, and the other way is miles per kilowatt, or kilowatt hour, sorry. So 239 works out to be 4.18 miles per kilowatt hour. So if your car expresses itself in miles per kilowatt hour, there's your comparison. Okay. Usually I'm happy if I get a 4 mile per kilowatt hour rating, which is 250 watt hours per mile. I know you can take 1,000 divided by this number, and that can compute the miles per kilowatt hour. My math going the other way is not so good. Okay, there you go. So, a lot of cars, as I understand it, actually get less than 4 miles per kilowatt hour. And if you're driving one of those truck things, like a Cybertruck, a Rivian, I don't know what an R1S gets. I know R1T is around 1.8, 1.9. Ford F-150 Lightning. Chevy Silverado actually gets worse. So Chevy Silverado has the advantage of having a giant battery. The battery in that Chevy Silverado, I'm not sure exactly how they lay it out, but anyway, that battery is almost 3 times the size of the battery in this car. Right? I get like a 75, somewhere around there, usable. Okay, so anyway, for those of you who want to do more EV comparison, there you go. Have fun with it.